Nottingham City of Literature means everything to me, and having been part of it from the beginning, I've watched this incredible designation go from being an aspiration to something that is now part, a kind of a living, breathing part of the city's identity. It's brought a platform for the city to showcase what makes the city so special, its creativity, its diverse voices, its rebellious spirit, but also its absolute commitment to making sure literature is for everybody. The UNESCO designation has opened doors it never knew existed. So we're now part of this amazing global conversation where we are learning from other cities from across the world, but we're also sharing our own unique approaches with them. It's been an enormous privilege to have built something from nothing into something that's truly special and important to the city, that has changed lives, whether that's empowering a young person to find their voice through our programs, or communities connecting through the power of storytelling. We're never afraid to tackle difficult subjects or challenging assumptions. We have genuinely opened up literature to people who thought it really wasn't for them.
And there are three elements of the bid that I think are worth highlighting and reminding us about, which are still relevant today. The first one is that we highlighted the great literary heroes, if you like, of Nottingham. So there was Lord Byron, who lived at Newstead Abbey for a while, D.H. Lawrence of Eastwood fame, and Alan Sillitoe, who was born in Lenton and whose father worked at the Raleigh factory. So that was really important to remind the world that Nottingham was home to literary greats. Second, we were celebrating the current and present and future huge number of literary clubs, writers' societies and so forth in Nottingham, which really underpinned that base. And thirdly, and probably the most important, and I suspect caught UNESCO's eye, is that we wanted the City of Literature to really improve literary and educational attainment in Nottingham. And I think it's made a real contribution to that, and it will continue to do so in the future. It's a UNESCO City of Literature, so that unites us to all the creative cities and other cities of literature designated by UNESCO. So it's a worldwide family, so it helps Nottingham be part of that global powerhouse. And I think some of the projects within Nottingham City of Literature have emphasised multilingual Nottingham as well, so I think that's really important. And if you look around the world today, if you look around Nottingham, the region, the UK, and the global context in which we live, then the City of Literature's motto of building a better future with words is what we all aim for and aspire to.
It was an important part for the city gaining confidence about itself and about its cultural offer. This has been a long established activity for myself, and I suppose one of the favourite memories was actually myself and Councillor Arnold, as she was then, who's also obviously an author as well herself, a published author. I remember we went down to London, obviously in December 2015, when the announcement was made in terms of achieving that status. And in some ways, it was a surprise. We thought we had a good bid, but we knew that there's always a lot you have to do and a lot of ambition in there. So it was just fantastic when we knew we got that news. And that was the news for so many other people that probably didn't always see or didn't always come forward, that there's so much hard work behind the scenes. One of the initial bids that we said for when we wanted to become City of Literature was to develop a new central library. That's now been operating and running, and also City of Literature is operating from there. So that's great to see that full circle come about over those sort of 10, 15 years. We've been working and planning on this sort of side, from that sort of side. And yeah, I think what will come will be a burgeoning of opportunity and different ways of looking at it. And I think one of the things I always remember, literature, reading and writing is probably one of the most subversive acts you can do. And it's great for a rebel city because it shows you're always open to new ideas and willing to listen to new ideas. And through literature and through the City of Literature, we can bring so many new concepts to the city.
Our Nottingham City of Literature operates with a mischievous spark to their programming. They're not scared of taking a risk. They are happy to champion the big historical headliners and even the contemporary headliners, and they are just as happy and passionate to rally up the grassroots groups and say, come on this stage and show us what you've got, and let's do it in a weird and wonderful way. A standout project for me personally with City of Lit is, of course, my tenure as Nottingham's first Young Poet Laureate. It completely changed my life as an individual, and it also changed my trajectory as a writer. And that's because our City of Lit understand that not only do writers need a platform to showcase what they're doing, but they need education. So they provided that double-pronged approach of lending my voice to communities in Nottingham, but also investing in it, and then allowing me to share what I'd learned with people via workshops and all sorts of things. So it really felt like they were investing in Nottingham as a city by giving them someone that can be a voice, but also investing in me personally as a writer. And it was just such a joy. I'm really excited to see Nottingham City of Literature receive investment to not only continue the work that they do now, but to build and build and build and keep us on that stage and in that conversation internationally about Nottingham and literature.
I've been on the board of the City of Literature for 3.5 years. So since I came to Nottingham and joined the staff team at Nottingham Trent University. And so I represent the university on the board of trustees, which is really insightful. It's great to meet the other trustees who come from all over Nottingham. For me, in the work that I do at Nottingham Trent University, I have really enjoyed hosting and collaborating with the City of Literature on Slamavision. And I think it's particularly brilliant because it's the voices of young writers and young performers. It's an international event, so when we've hosted that at the Metronome venue as part of NTU, we've managed to reach digital audiences around the world and invite a global audience in through digital technology. So for me, Slamavision has always been a fantastic project. Through the City of Literature, I've seen the enormous amount of talent across the city that young writers have, and that interest in writing, in publishing, and having a career in creativity really excites me. And I think Nottingham's future is really bright because of those young people's creativity and dreams.
I've been involved since 2015 when it first began, which would have made me 12 years old. So it's meant a lot to me, and it's sort of grown up with me. I started as a youth ambassador for my secondary school. So I applied to become part of their youth board when it first started. So I was part of their pilot project, became the chair of the board, which was massive for me. I think it would be massive for, any 19-year-old to be given a lot of control and a lot of trust, which I don't think enough young people get nowadays. And I think that's why Nottingham City of Literature means so much to me, is because they've always trusted me and they've always allowed me to carry out my visions, and they've really become an integral part of why I do what I do. I'm a teacher, but I'm a teacher in an alternative provision called YMCA, which is all about creativity and literature. And if you told 14-year-old me that I was an English teacher and an art teacher, I probably would have said that you were thinking of the wrong person. I think that Nottingham City of Literature had a lot to do with that. Anyone who's watching this who isn't sure whether to get involved with City of Literature, say yes. Please carry on going full force with that youth board, because you are, I think, doing a lot more than you realise.
Nottingham City of Literature has done such a good job of engaging people through, residencies, partnerships, events, and look forward to seeing what more it does in the coming years. I've been really excited by Cara Thompson and being awarded the Nature Poet Laureate. I think the way that she draws on the themes of the climate crisis, and especially at a time that our planet's future is under threat, and I think so many people in our city feel very disconnected from nature as well. I think that's really important. The work that she's doing to deliver poetry workshops to young people kind of in collaboration with grassroots organisations and green spaces is exactly the kind of thing that for me just captures the essence of the City of Literature. And yeah, I can't wait to read the works. So I'm really excited for the University of Nottingham Visit Nots and the City of Literature to unveil this print and digital map of the city's literary heritage. I'm really looking forward to going on one of the walking tours, and I guess more broadly looking forward to seeing what Nottingham City of Literature continues to do to engage people in our city. And yeah, I'll be supporting that work all the way.
I feel like if I was to leave Nottingham and explain that I live on top of a network of caves that were used to kind of destabilise the Industrial Revolution, and also there's a giant goose on a roundabout, people be like, what are you talking about? But to me, that's an incredible story. So I think Nottingham City of Literature captures just this heritage of incredible storytelling that we come from. And that's not just the Lord Byrons and the Robin Hood, that's what your grandma told you over breakfast, you know? It's all the layers of storytelling that make us who we are. Nottingham City of Literature has been massive to my trajectory and my journey. I mean, I was born and bred in Nottingham, lived in Sherwood like my whole life, and went to uni for a little bit, came back and just felt really unsure of myself as a writer, unsure of where I kind of fit into the tapestry or the landscape of literature as a whole. And then I entered this competition called Slam Vision, and I really entered it for a laugh. Like, I really didn't, see myself as my voice, my story, my experience as this kind of Black British, Caribbean, all the hyphens you can imagine. I didn't see where that really fit. And then a few months later, I'd end up winning the competition, and that really kind of reformed my understanding of what literature can do and how you can really trust people with your story and your words, and people want to understand. There's something really amazing about literature's capacity to communicate, and I think that's what Nottingham City of Literature is really good at. What they do is special, and I think we're very privileged to be in a city that's got that title and people working to kind of maintain it, and to validate that all the different kind of poets, writers, storytellers that make up the city matter.
Me personally, it let me know that there's a space and people that trust my kind of art. So in certain spaces you don't really feel like, oh, when I come to do my spoken word, it's not accepted here, or it's not like shouldn't be here. And then you have places like the City of Lit, UNESCO, that are just championing it and pushing it everywhere. So when there's new people that want to get into it, or people that want to like switch art forms, they feel comfortable and they enjoy it. There's people I've worked with through UNESCO and City of Lit that I would never have even bumped into, spoke to, let alone worked with, and the stuff that's happened because of it has been incredible. And some of those people have ended up becoming really good mates, and we've worked on projects since, and it's just really cool. And I think that's their power of being able to just pull all these different types of literature and wordy people together and just create something that's like wholly better. Whenever they're doing different projects or different events, they always try and have like a different spin on everything to kind of show literature in different ways, or show how words can be used in different spaces or with different communities. So I don't think it matters what they do, like it's going to be quite cool. And whether I'm involved in it as a participant or as anything else, I'm just looking forward to it, because like everything they seem to be pumping out is really cool, really interesting, and like dragging in so many different communities and different people into these spaces that they might not find themselves in. So yeah, I'm just glad to be seeing where that's continually going.
So often I think about when we talk about Nottingham as a city of literature, it's about taking Nottingham out into the world, but also bringing the world to Nottingham. And recently we had a really wonderful poet from Quebec City, Vanessa Bell, and I asked her what she made of Nottingham and what her highlight was. And she said, the people make Nottingham. And I think that is such a marker of our city of literature, is the collaborative community of writers, readers, publishers, bookshops that we have here. It's such a fantastic time. 10 years, we've achieved so much as an organisation. We're building on strong foundations laid by my predecessor and our founding board and previous team members who've all really contributed to the space that we are in now. And I'm excited to build on our Big City Reads programme, which is back next year, where we give away thousands of books across the city, and to continue our work connecting with international colleagues and taking Nottingham out into the wider world.